Okay, so ever since I posted a picture of my shower steamers in our Facebook group, I've been getting tons of questions on the recipe. So I'm going to show the recipe and how I make them today. I already have my dry ingredients here, which is 2.5 cups of baking soda and 1 cup of citric acid. So I have it mixed. I already have my wet ingredients, which is 60 grams of menthol crystals, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and 2 teaspoons of your essential oil of choice. Before you start this, you need to soak your menthol crystals in alcohol to dissolve them. So what I do first is I measure out my menthol crystals, which is 60 grams, and then I cover just to the top of the menthol crystals with alcohol, and then it dissolves. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes. So I do that ahead of time, and then I prepare my dry mix, which only takes a few seconds, and then I just kind of wait around for them to dissolve. So I have all my wet ingredients in here. I have the menthol crystals, the alcohol, the coconut oil, and the essential oil, and they're all dissolved now. So you can see the menthol crystals are dissolved. I'm using our square cube mold to press these. You can use our shampoo bar mold if you want. You could use the heart mold that we made, that's a plunger style as well. I'm using the 2-inch square, and then I have my metal spoon to tap with, and I'm gonna weigh out each steamer so that they're consistent. So first thing you're gonna do is do your pour your wet ingredients into your dry, and then mix really well. A lot of people add their citric acid last. That's not something I've ever done. I'm pretty much self-taught all the way around, so by the time I knew that was a thing, I already had my own way, and I don't have an issue, so I just don't do what works for me. But if you want to add your citric acid last, you can. So you'd have your baking soda in your bowl, put your wet ingredients in, and then add your citric acid last, if that's how you make your bath bombs. So I kind of just mix my mix like I would my bath bomb mix. They're wet enough. I don't need to add a binder. If you feel you need to add a binder, just like bath bomb, you can use whatever you choose, alcohol, witch hazel, or water. This recipe I formulated to be wet enough by using the alcohol when I melted the menthol crystals that I don't need to add a binder. So I've already made a batch of steamers, so I already have a little bit of a mess here. But I'm gonna tare my scale to 0, and I make 2-ounce steamers. Much. So I have 2 ounces in my mold. I have my puck, my cylinder. Now I'm going to take my plunger, which is what we call this solid piece, put it in and press. Flip it over. I messed that up. Flip it over. Tap off your plate. Push your plunger through, and then here mine are hard enough. Sorry, I'm not seeing the frame. Mine are hard enough. I just pop them off onto the tray. You can bring your plunger over to your tray, flip it over, tap it off. I'll show you how to do that on the next one. So here's your puck, here's your cylinder, back on my scale. Two ounces. Take my plunger, press, You don't need to press crazy. Just one little, tap your plate off, push down your cylinder, push your plunger out, and then I will show you how to tap it on. Okay, so I'm in the tray here. So I'm going to take my plunger, I'm going to flip my steamer over just like that, real easy, and tap off. Voila. Perfectly square steamer. Make a couple more just to show you. Shower steamers are a super popular item in my store here. We sell them in eucalyptus and spearmint, lavender, peppermint, and orange, all essential oils, and they are super popular. Pop it off onto the tray. Off, push down my sleeve, and then with my fingers I'm pushing up my plunger, have my plunger in my hand, the steamer off onto the tray. This recipe yields 18 2-ounce steamers. I only have like a little splash of mix left doing it this way. And notice I'm giving just a tiny little push, or I press with my palm, just like this. You don't have to put your whole weight into it and manhandle it. Just a little press, and you're good. Took me a long time to get this recipe just right. Alright, I'm not going to show you the whole recipe because I think you guys got the idea.